Yes, my viewers and subscribers, I brought you a video yesterday regarding the constituency chairman, Craig Oates, who resigned from the People's National Party. You can go back and watch it. So this is basically a follow-up. He has something to say to Dayton Campbell about the way that he's running the party and the destruction that he has caused, not just in Hanover, but in other areas of Jamaica where the PNP is concerned. Now, for those of you who don't know Dayton Campbell is the current General Secretary for the People's National Party. And Dayton Campbell, I don't know why. Well, I explained to you guys yesterday that Mark Golding has bad judgment, very bad judgment. But he's a General Secretary of the party, and the party has been in a state of turmoil since he assumed that position, because the party is run a certain way, and people who don't take the time to learn and people who don't respect the traditions and the processes of the party, they will come in and turn the party upside down. That is what we're seeing here. Dayton Campbell lost his seat by over 2,000 votes, I believe, in his constituency in St. Ann. And again, the judgment of Mark Golding, a man who lost his seat so badly. I don't know why Mark Golding will think that Dayton Campbell is fit to lead the party's secretariat.
Good night, comrades. Good night. I want this voice note to be shared. The General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dayton Campbell, he came and he released a voice note that was played. I will be consulting with my lawyers, and I want this voice note to be shared. Dr. Campbell, out of respect for the party and the institution, I'm going to be very, very calm and measured. You are a liar from the pit of hell. You have chronicled a series of events that I, Craig Oates, know is not right. Smear campaign, trying to protect your own hide. But people, here goes. I applied to be the PNP candidate on in January 2023. The criteria set out by the party, you apply, and after you apply, regional committee, for the regional committee interview, I was overseas, my wife was sick, and I requested I do the interview by Zoom. I sat there the first Zoom interview for 5 hours, and they would not let me in. I know that something was wrong from that time. About 2 weeks after they gave me the interview, the room had 9 persons in there. One person asked me a question, Clayton Morgan, the lawyer. One person asked me a question. And I don't think he asked me 3 or 4 questions. They said that I was told by Dr. Campbell that I passed. And if I had not passed, comrades, why would I have been advanced to the Integrity Commission? I went to the Integrity Commission. They probably asked me about 3 or 4 questions. Nobody asked me anything about me being a cop. So now Dayton Campbell tried to throw it out there. And for the record, I enrolled in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, April 6, 1994. During which time, I have never been arrested, never been charged, never ever even been to orderly room. Never. Model cop, clean as a whistle. But let us say that they had concern 1 year after. January coming is 1 year. And you cannot find a thing. Dr. Campbell sent me a poll result by WhatsApp stating that I got 28% to the Member of Parliament, 34%. And said that he was going to put me on a work program. People, I said to Dr. Campbell, why would you want to put me on a work program when the criteria that you set out said I had to poll 25%, and as the only person we have an up and down vote by the delegate? He said the NEC changed it. I said, how you can change the rule? Anyway, people have got the work program. Before I got the work program, we were having conference, and Dr. Campbell told me, and he's going to be very surprised when I produce more receipts, told me that I was going to be presented as a candidate for Eastern Hanover, and that him himself and Mark Golding should come. I went and I discussed it with members of the constituency, some of whom heard Dr. Campbell speaking to me on speaker because I don't hide anything. And we went and we spent a lot of money and put the conference together. The biggest conference in Eastern Hanover that many has ever seen. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? Mark Golden came, Dayton Campbell never come. I was not presented. Then he came and told me that I had to do a work program. People, from July until September, that was the next time I spoke to Dayton Campbell about any work program. We never had any discussion. He called me and said, "You ready?" I said, "Ready with what?" "Are you finished the work program?" Up until now, the party has not asked me for any work program or if I did anything. And you can contact the constituency secretary, Faina Davis. She has not been in receipt of any request from headquarters. So the party went back and did a poll, not knowing if I even did the work program. Dr. Campbell, lying lips are an abomination. But I'm just telling comrades, people, so it reached a stage now where they say they're doing a next poll. You know what they did with the poll? They included Andrea Dehaney, the councillor for the Sandy Bay division, in the poll. Up until now, that poll has not been shared with us. And that poll will not be made known. Comrade Dehaney did not apply for the position in Eastern Hanover. She did not apply. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Her name was on it. I am being told by inside sources that she get 12%. 12%. I got must say 28 and the member of parliament again get the same number. Some are like 33 or 34. Some are there about. Because they're not sharing the polls. Because they didn't want people to know that Andrea was in it. Now people, if you put 2 PNP against 1 GLP, what would you get? What would you get? And then there's this talk about him saying that I had done my interview by Zoom. Dr. Campbell, you must be clean. When you called and you asked me, about the meeting, you had wanted us to come into Kingston. I told you that it was unreasonable for the people them to come into Kingston. I said, can we do it on Zoom? I suggested it. Your secretary, Christine Bell, responded to me by saying that it cannot be facilitated. The chairman of the party said it cannot be facilitated by Zoom, and she was in parliament. It was on Tuesday. I communicated back to the members. The members met, had a meeting, took a decision that they were supporting Craig Oates and that they weren't doing Zoom, they want face-to-face, because it's 2 years you guys did not come here. 2 years. You have not come and spoken to us in Eastern Hanover. As a matter of fact, as General Secretary, you not come. Now, to hear you come now and say that I had requested Zoom for interview but never want it, you must put it in context, because I had requested Zoom for the people them. And you said that them have to come into Kingston. Then you give us a restaurant in one of your friend restaurant, almost your friend, in St. Anne's, where you say we must go. And it changed. In the morning when all of we put on we clothes and left come to Kingston, we hear say the meeting cancel. Skeffrey, Comrade Skeffrey called Gart Grant, and Gart Grant, the vice chairman of the constituency, communicated to us, Dr. Dayton Campbell. So you know, come with your lips full of lies and them something, because me not go take it. I'd wanted everything to be buried and the party move forward. But because you find yourself in such a hole that you have dug for yourself, you come out there and you lie. And you're saying that David Tulloh was threatened. Who threatened David Tulloh? Who threatened David Tulloh? Was a report made. Was a report made. All of this to influence and sway the voters in Eastern Hanover. Not going to work. And let me just ask you something. Is it this way Dr. Campbell intend to run the party? Just like how you just get up in the middle of the night and you give Bibi, where name Ken Kalam up by, what place name? Cardwell Division. Tell him say he must move. I see you go find lie and tell upon him. Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something. Stop it. In the name of Michael and Norman Manley, stop. A poll that Dr. Dayton Campbell didn't do to go down to Eastern Westmoreland. A poll that if the party was following its own example, Mark Golden, the leader for the party at 12%, would not be running. Damian Crawford and Lisa Anna is way ahead. But that's a different matter. We're speaking about the hypocrisy.